was a very defiant speech from Temer. He accused the billionaire who made the secret recording of betraying Brazil, because Brazil's going through this terrible recession right now, and the currency and stocks have plummeted following this scandal. So also he had to say that he would continue in his role as the president. He would continue to keep Brazil on tracks and out of the recession. Brazil began to show some very, very small signs that this brutal 3-year recession, was over. Began to show these signs earlier this week, and of course all of that is now in jeopardy following this scandal. So Temer, very defiant, said that he would not stand down, said that he would continue, accused the tape of being edited, of being doctored, and said that what was heard on the tape does not match the accusations that he is facing. He called it clandestine and called it fraudulent.
And Sam, what's the feeling there in Brazil? Does Temer have support for this idea that the tape was doctored?
Well, this is what we have to see now. The main party in Temer's coalition government, it's understood that they are standing by him for now, for the meantime, while this investigation into the tape continues. But quite frankly, if they decide to leave, then Temer's finished. If they decide to leave his coalition, Temer is absolutely finished. We saw the first party, the PSB party. We saw them leave today. That was the first party to leave. We've had ministers leaving too. So it's really about how Temer can possibly govern under these circumstances. And everybody at the moment is basically saying the government's dead, but how long will it take to be buried? And the longer this goes on, the more damage it's going to cause for Brazil and for the Brazilian economy.
And how have ordinary Brazilians been reacting in the past few days? Have there been people on the streets in protest?
Yes, there have. There have been protests on the streets in most of the big cities, and there are more protests to be held tomorrow. There'll be a protest here in Sao Paulo, and in Sao Paulo is also where Michel Temer's house is situated. So there could be some lively protests. We could see some police action, some violence between police and protesters, perhaps tomorrow if the protesters decide to march to Temer's house. We've seen that before. But yeah, it's just a total feeling of absolute indignation here on the streets in Brazil right now.
Okay, Sam, for now in Sao Paulo, thank you.